The opinions you're about to hear are solely the opinions of your Hamright podcast. Our intent is to inform and entertain, not to offend. So sit back, relax, and we finna get to this business, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be listening to us in the world. It's your Hamright podcast with your boy C-Ham, aka Cal L. And as always, with my brother by my side.
D-Ham, what's good, podcast family? What's good with you, bro?
Man, everything is everything, man. Like I said, glad to be in the lab, which always a hectic work week for me, man. So coming in here, blowing off some steam, makes everything balance out for me, man. What's up with you?
Oh, man, I can't call it child eyeball. The same old soup, just reheated, just sitting back. Getting ready to go to the family to this Hurricane football game.
My
USF,
man. I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for you getting out there and get to see them live, man.
Yeah, see the best team in Florida, if not in the country, but that's neither here nor there right now.
No, that's actually here because, I got to concur. I'm a Florida State fan, but I got to concur with you, dog. It is what it is.
Depending on who you ask, it's hard to breathe around this bitch. Speaking of hard to breathe, boy, national news. Secretive Russian submarines have been detected off the coast of Alaska.
Man, you've been talking about that for months, dog.
Man, they got a special unit of submarines, and their main goals is to locate and take out internet cables underwater.
And people don't understand that. Yeah.
Break it down for them.
Yeah,
bro.
People don't understand that, man. So basically, these are internet cables that link Europe and North America in between the two, and they handle all the communication. I'm talking all telecommunication. I'm talking internet. I'm talking business. I'm talking life as we know it, man. And right now, Russia is setting up to sabotage that. It can get pretty nasty, dog.
Well, when you go to the grocery store every week, you better grab your extra thing of ramen noodles and extra cans of tuna fish and peanut butter. Boy, it's getting hectic out there, boy.
Oh, man. And while we speaking on Russia, man, so the U.S. has deployed rockets and rocket systems and soldiers to an island out in Alaska, man. It's an air base out there because 8 Russian military planes and 4 Navy vessels, including 2 submarines, came close to Alaska this past week, man.
Man, okay. Think it's a game. That's the same thing they did in Ukraine. Started just flying
gradually, yeah.
And then testing it out, seeing what they're going to do and what the response time is and whatnot. And then, it's a lot of cat and mouse, but it's Russia. They do a lot of bluffing, but at the same time, they do a lot of bullying and surveillance. So,
indeed. And right now they conducting joint military drills with China. So, 2 big military powerhouses.
First time 2 nuclear powerhouses have joined forces to do surveillance or do flybys and military drills on any country. Unfortunately, the country they're doing it with is United States of America. It's crazy, man. You guys better see what's going on. You guys better be prepared. Because trust me, it's coming and it's getting kind of hectic.
And speaking of getting kind of hectic, man, Diddy.
Oh, it's been
hectic, but we vowed not to really put him in the news much more here lately, but we had to.
Boy,
this one, man.
No bond?
Oh, man.
Boy, you're a black Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, bam.
Like,
you right, man. So Diddy was taken into custody and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, transportation to engage in prostitution, and he is, like you said, being held without bond. Now, also reporters say that in these raids that they did in his, in his homes in March, and all those tapes, those quote unquote freak tapes that were seized and everything. The feds are alleging criminal sexual activity is on there, And not only that, people close to Diddy has said that they got a lot of stars that we know right now in those tapes, man.
Most
what
definitely.
You can say about that, dog?
It's getting kind of hectic. And boy, Diddy was such a freak. He had cameras everywhere,
man,
for years. So a who's who is on that thing?
Yeah, man. They talking at least 2 decades, man.
They talking about famous females getting trains ran on them. They talking about married husbands who's supposed to be like pillars of the world and role models, and they're getting freak nasty.
Preachers. All right. So I guess we'll see in the in the near future how this comes out. But we do know one thing is that he ain't getting out on bond.
No, the judge said he a flight risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus witness contamination, and witness threats and whatnot. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Even if he surrendered his passport, man, he'd be a flight risk, man. So I ain't even finna say shout out to him and everything. But so a lot of entertainers decided to chime in on this, man. And we rock with Boosie Badass, man. We ride with Boosie, man. So Boosie pretty much said basically that, he's being charged for just being a little too freaky, man. Being more freaky than anybody else, man. He said, but that's what entertainers do, man. He said that's what entertainers do. How you feel about that?
I mean, it's a fine line between that stuff. I mean, I get what Boosie's saying, but at the same time, I mean, the reports have been damaging. I mean, Kim Porter supposedly, her diary is supposed to be made into a book where, out of her own supposedly words, the things Diddy liked, and you saw 1,000 bottles. The Fed says 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
We was gonna talk about that later. Oh yeah, 50. You buy a boy 50 child in.
Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
And the sexual trafficking and just, it's crazy. When they arrested him, when they did when they served the warrant and arrested him, he had that Tussie on him. It's supposed to be like the new gay drug and like a sex drug or whatever. It's called Tussie. It's like a combination of all kind of different drugs and whatnot rolled up into one in a powder form. They call it pink cocaine.
Tussie for take that
pussy. That pussy. Hey, boy. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. And Faison, I kind of like Faison a little bit, man. But he did he came out and he said something, man, I just couldn't rock with, man. So comedian Faison Love came out and said that the rapper should be locked up for beating Cassidy, but when it comes to being nasty, when did that become a federal crime? And in his little rant, he did a comparison. We brought this up last week when you brought up Jack Johnson, man. In his little speech, he brought up in a comparison, comparing him to Jack Johnson, saying that Jack Johnson, they couldn't get him on nothing else, so they got him on trafficking, women, taking white women across the borders and everything like that. Yeah. So he comparing the two.
Faison Love say a whole lot of crazy shit. They ain't got nothing on him. They got him on tape.
On tape.
In candy cane socks.
On tape, and he probably looking.
Like kicking the shit out of Cassie, man.
Yeah, man.
With a towel wrapped around him.
Yeah.
Like, talk about what they ain't got. One thing I do know, motherfuckers just ain't gonna just be giving 100 million here, 100 million there.
No. My thing is like with what Faison said, man, look some of these victims in the eye and say that.
My thing is this right here. What America, the world, what has Pac said that ain't turned out to be true? Everybody Pac said was flaw. Everybody Pac said had something to do with him getting shot. Everybody who Pac said was fucked, like on some bullshit, when it turned out not to be true.
Well, we'll wait, and we ain't gonna get it. But all right, man. So
speaking of dumb shit,
bruh, and this kind of goes on the coattails of the Faison Love thing, man. Something you saying something and it not. You saying it in a comedic level, but it's not really funny, man. So the ShxtsNGigs podcast, man. ShxtsNGigs, but I call them the ShxtsNits. The ShxtsNGigs podcast hosts, James Duncan and Faoud, are trending this week because they appeared on another podcast, a flavor podcast, and this comedian was on there downgrading women, black women especially. And they in there yucking it up like like it's funny. Now I will say this. Now, originally when you sent it to me, and I got to go in defense on this right here, I read through it briefly and I thought that it was on their podcast and it wasn't on their podcast. So I kind of thought that, and it got 7 million views the first go round, so when they did that and it just resurfaced, I'm like, nah, that's a marketing scheme. I'm not going to chime in it, but it really was another marketing scheme for the person who put out the flagrant podcast. So they put it out again and get 7 million more views. They could care less what happens to these two right here. But I listened to their apology, man. And it really didn't roll me anything, man. It did, you know, because, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you, John jump in, man. Morals, values, and your beliefs do not change based on the situation. That's my take on it. So if you sat back and you laughed and you allowed that, you know, these two white men, so-called comedians, to downgrade black women, you know, they, you know, at what point did you feel that your morals and values and beliefs were on the line in there, man? So go ahead. That's my take on it, man. What you got?
Well, I'm a true believer in believing in sometimes things can be taken out of content, and then in the world of comedy and, you know, the podcast world, a lot of things that said, and especially in this day and age, you know, quote unquote cancel culture, things can be taken out of proportion and, you know, ran with. At the same time, when your base is a certain demographic and then the people that support you,
yep.
And black women have it hard enough as is. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just like, case in point, let me give a prime example. It can be a room full of black women and they can talk negative about black men, and that's okay because it's amongst black women. Right?
I know where you're going.
But if it's a room full of white women talking negative about black men, and if it's, do you think if it's let's say about 10 people, 10 women, and it's 6 or 7 white and 3 or 4 black women, and the white women are talking bad about the black man, you think the black women gonna sit there and just take that?
Absolutely
They gonna say something because it's different.
Yeah.
They should have said something. I mean, I don't get me wrong, the podcast is known for being you know, telling racist jokes, and he's a comedian and whatnot. So, you know, I get that. But to his credit, like he said, everybody who's on our show, just like everybody who's on our show, hey, if something makes you feel uncomfortable, we'll edit it out.
Yeah.
Or, you know, we will talk about this, we won't talk about that. He said, you know, they were like, oh no, it's cool, let's run it. And like the things he said, and y'all sitting there shucking and jiving and co-signing,
yucking it up.
Yeah, like y'all didn't be like, hold on, man, like, you know. And then on top of that, it come to find out months ago, they talking about they went to Atlanta and didn't see no baddies.
I don't know what part of Atlanta they went to.
Boy, let me tell you.
You can get off the plane,
man.
In Atlanta.
Boy, you reap what you sow, and you know, they one of the most popular podcasts out there. Them boys selling out arenas and whatnot. Like, where they at, we trying to get to. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's just bad business. And they gave an apology, but it was too little too late, and rightfully so. Like, you supposed to check them. Look here, man. But here's the thing. If y'all want a podcast that people ain't all in the videos talking bad about black women, degrading them, you know, come to the Handwrite Podcast.
We can't get up and walk out like shoot. But there, I think,
because we all about, you know, uplifting everybody, especially
indeed,
you know, the black sisters. Ain't nothing beautiful in the world and the sisters and whatnot. So, you know.
Yeah, and we may joke about a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
man. But at the same time, it's certain lanes that we just not gonna cross, and that's one.
They were supposed to check.
Yeah, they were supposed to check them
like
right there.
Both women crazy. Quickly. Like, hold on, man.
And matter of fact, don't edit us checking you.
Yeah.
You know,
like, hold on, man. Okay, like, you getting outrageous. Like, nah, man, come on now.
Yeah. So, well, they talking about boycotting and everything.
Boy, they talking about they done did it, especially when your base is black women.
Yeah. Well, we love y'all, black women. We love y'all. But anyway, man. So let's move on, man. So we're gonna move on to our NFL picks for this week. Y'all did check out last week's picks and everything and saw what was running on that, man. So we got something for y'all later on that, man. So I'm gonna get the picks this week, man, since you called my last.
No, go ahead and call it out. Y'all stay tuned for that video that I'm finna eat a scorpion because the Lions lost to them Bucks last week. Shit, ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah, indeed, man. It was a good game though, man. But see, we got this thing where I ain't finna talk no as you, and you ain't finna talk no as me, because we know how bad it take. We get it enough coming from everybody else, man. So I ain't gonna talk no noise.
Oh, I'm gonna talk, son, because you was quick to talk about that record the week before. Let's talk about that record this week.
But go back and look at what I said. The first week I always do good, and then the next every week after that, I'm real to it,
1 and 4 last week. I was 2 and 3.
Yep, there it is, man. But and the only win I got was them Bucks, man. So if I would have bet with anything other than my heart, I probably would be 0 and 5. All right, man. So this week's picks, we got some real ones out here, some real good ones, man. So we got the Dolphins at the Seahawks, man. Who you got?
Seahawks.
You got the Seahawks. I'm going with them Dolphins, man. All right. So we got the 49ers at the Rams.
49ers.
I'm with you on that. I'm going with Niners, even though they got a lot of people hurt. Debo out. Christian McCaffrey is out. George Kittle's even out. So it's going to be a tough one, but I think that Brock Purdy going to pull it out, man. We got the Chiefs and the Falcons.
Oh, I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yep, I'm going to ride with you on that one. I got the Chiefs. Now, here's a big one here, man. The Eagles versus the Saints.
I'm going to go with the Saints.
Yeah, I put the Saints up, too, because they putting up some astronomical numbers.
Oh, you going with the Saints?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
See, you just going against me, dog. All right. And here's another one. Ravens at the Cowboys, man. I'm going with them Ravens, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them Ravens too.
All right. So those are the picks for this week, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all get them in. You can hit us up at your Hamright Podcast at gmail.com. That's YAHAMRIGHT podcast at gmail.com. You can hit us up on Facebook. You hit us on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. We'll be posting out there as well. Give us your picks. Let us know, and we'll put them out there for y'all. Oh, and again, make sure that y'all continue. Those who haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button so that you can be up on all things Ham right as soon as we post them out. All right, man. So let's move on from that, man. Let's get into the craziest thing seen on the internet this week, man. Lean into that first for me, man.
So one of the craziest things I saw this week was a guy standing in line for 21 hours for the brand new iPhone 16. It's 24 hours in a day. You mean to tell me, mind you, it still was a couple hours before the store opened. So you don't spend a day waiting on the new iPhone? The 16 ain't no different from the 15 or the 14. Like, you got a couple new features, but you gave up a day in your life. Who do you know in this world? I'm like, I got the new iPhone. Give me some coochie. Like, getting a new iPhone gonna like level you up? Like, is it gonna get you like women, money? Like, giving up a day?
No, man.
It's a lot of things I stand in line for. A new phone ain't one of it. Especially when I can just go at T-Mobile and when they open at 9 or 10 o'clock and just walk in there and be like, hey, I want a new iPhone. Oh, what color you want?
Here you go, sir.
Hey, do you want to upgrade? You're old to upgrade. You don't want
nothing. Oh, man. So y'all can see the picture here. Y'all see what he looked like, man. But that was exciting to him. But y'all need to upgrade to Android anyway, man. So, all right. So move on from that, man.
Go with that bullshit.
There it is. All right. So the next one here, this was hilarious, man. So a police robot pretty much takes a man into custody. If you really think about it, man. So this, you know what, man? Let's let them take out the video, man. And we'll go from there, man. Here we go, y'all.
Standoff where multiple shots were fired and one person was injured. 39-year-old Felix De La Rosa.
The SWAT team surrounded him now. That's what gets me.
He's gonna give it up.
Like, you surrounded and you in a hotel, a motel. Look like a motel, but
fire at a bomb squad robot. Take a listen. It sprayed tear gas
and he got gas.
Actually, De La Rosa tried to fight the robot, even throwing
that tear gas too, boy. The blanket what got me though.
Oh man, so as y'all can see here, that was some crazy stuff, man. So the robot actually rolled over and held him down until police came and got him.
I think he might be the first person ever arrested by a robot.
There we go, RoboCop.
Freezer Creek, dead or alive, you're coming with me.
They would have had to win this track meet though, dog. They would have had to win it, man.
Okay, well, you're right. But
if you're going to do that, man, you might as well run.
Man, boy, if you get a face of that mace, that's one thing. And then you got the SWAT team surrounded. So
yeah, plaque up. All right. So this next one here, man, this falls in the line as long as craziest things seen on the internet. Probably some of the stupidest things seen
for $100,
man. For $100, man, at a rodeo, people have to stand in a hula hoop and let a bull charge them. Whoever is left standing wins. So y'all check this video out.
$100.
Crazy.
Here we go. He says, I'm out too. You're out. Guess what? There's another one. He's checking out.
Yeah, man, that's enough of that. That's crazy, man. That is crazy right there, man. So
$100.
$100, dog, for your health. So if y'all can think of anything crazy that y'all seen, y'all want to share with us and have us share with y'all be sure to hit us up at yourhandwrightpodcast@gmail.com. Send us the link or whatever. We'll click on it and we'll get that out there to y'all. All right, man. So I'm gonna roll into some responses from last week's episode, man. So this comes from @only1Q. All right, y'all right. If the Super Bowl comes to Miami, they better book Trick Daddy. They better, but
they won't.
Nah, they won't. So what you gonna do? All right. And the next one here comes from @Ingla Bloomgren. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. It's crazy how much Jonathan Majors has fallen from grace. From Marvel movies to selling autographs for $100. Crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. But he got Megan Good on his arm, so that that kind of balances things out for him.
You go with that lover boy shit.
All right, man. So here we go, man. What you got for your top 5 for this week, man?
So my top 5 this week, in honor of Tito Jackson, who passed.
Oh, man. Yeah, we ain't doing RIP for Tito, man.
Well, he passed after we did the damn podcast.
Yeah,
so in RIP of, Tito Jackson, one of the founding members of Jackson 5, one of the most popular male boy groups and adult groups out. Period. Jackson 5. I mean, speaks for itself. The top 5 this week is top 5 backup singers in groups. I mean, Tito was Tito, but he wasn't Michael. Yeah, he wasn't even. Yeah, but he'll play a mean guitar like Johnny B. Good. That wasn't. He could string a guitar now.
I don't even think Tito danced, man.
He didn't have to. He was Tito. All he had to do was just do like this with the guitar.
Oh man, R.I.P. to Tito Jackson, man. Most underrated Jackson there is. Man.
Go first, man. No, Tito, he wasn't almost like everybody knew Tito, and then his sons was 3T, so like Tito's sons.
Yeah.
It go like Michael, Jermaine, Tito. Maybe Tito, it might go Tito after Jermaine just because. No, Jermaine had a couple hits.
Yeah, he did. He had it on solo album.
Tito, but couldn't nobody play that guitar like Tito, boy.
Not like Tito.
Tito played it meaner than Joe did. Hey, you saw the movie. Tito stopped him from getting that ass whooping. Let me see you play.
Oh man. All right, so here we go, man. So everybody knows that I'm old school when it comes to, my music choices and everything like that, man. So I'm gonna take y'all back to like the 60s and the 70s with my picks.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them back, man. Enchantment. No Enchantment Forevermore. Well, so Bobby Green, Mickey Clanton, Joe Thomas, and Dave Banks, they backed up Mr. E.J. Johnson, Enchantment.
Wow.
All right. Four Tops. All right. You got Duke, Obi, and Lawrence Payton. They backed up Levi Stubbs. That was, man, he left it early too. Commodores. Lionel Richie, Thomas McClary, William King, Andre Callahan, Michael Gilbert, and Malyon Williams. And all of them sang lead, so they backed up everybody. All of them was backup singers in there. The Supremes. You got Florence Barrett and Mary Wilson, who we all know they backed up Diana Ross. And last but not least, I'm gonna roll with the Temptations. Otis and Melvin was the only 2 backup singers in that group, man. David Ruffin, Dennis Edwards, and Eddie Kendricks, and Paul Williams. They all had, pretty good solo careers and everything like that, man. Well, not Paul, because he left it kind of early, but he could have been a lead singer, man. So those are my 5, dog.
Wow. That boy said the Enchantment. Boy, you weren't even born yet.
Yeah, Enchantment, dog, but I be jamming forevermore. Yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my honorable mention, Silk. Because, everybody know the little short bald-headed one, like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's a couple of them that could blow.
Yeah.
Public announcement. R. Kelly and public announcement. The public announcement credit, they had a couple hits after R. Kelly went solo.
Yeah, they put out a album too.
And it was jamming.
Yeah.
Like, so High Five.
Oh yeah.
Once, you know, their lead singer Jason died.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but them boys could blow. Guy.
My who Teddy ain't singing.
Teddy and Damien didn't sing. Aaron Hall did all the singing. Them
He
boys
did
on the court, but they was
everything,
jamming though.
Yeah, they was.
They
man.
like they did their
Crazy
part.
Age, yep.
All right, and I am not trying these boys, but it was the perception that he's the star of the group. You take him away, they just another, backup singers. New Edition. When Bobby Brown left, they made it seem like, oh, New Edition was over with. Them boys reinvented themselves.
Yeah, they did.
Added an extra member, and the other cast just stepped up to the plate. So, like, shout out New Edition, one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, I have mine too.
The Gap Band, Charlie Wilson and them boys.
Man.
The brothers.
So I gotta get up
In the morning, like Yearning for Your Love, like it's the Gap Band, man.
All types of hits.
Pop love the Gap Band. So, but Charlie Wilson, but they had great backup singers.
Yeah.
NSYNC. I mean, you take Justin Timberlake out, but at the same time, like your list was good because, like, David Ruffin and the Temptations. I mean, it's the Temptations, but it's like David Ruffin.
You say the group without David Ruffin, the in search of a great band.
Right. Jackson 5, of course. You take Mike out, even though all those brothers were talented. My number one, I don't give a damn who don't like it. They'd be like, oh, that ain't real. 5 Heartbeats. Eddie Kane Jr. and the 5 Heartbeats.
Ain't nobody say like
Eddie Kane. How does it feel to be me? Motherfucker Eddie Kane Jr., nigga. How does it feel to be me?
Oh man. Yeah, but you're right, man. That could have been a group of 5 Heartbeats, man. All right, so y'all hit us up with y'all top 5 backup singers and groups. Again, at your handwrite podcast at gmail.com. That's YAHALRIGHT podcast at gmail.com, man. You got me slopping, dog. All right, man. So, all right, ready to take a ride out?
That's it. It's corner.
All right, let's go hang out on the. All right, here we go. All right, so this week's corner comes from Betty. All right. Let me start by saying I'm old school when it comes to my man. I know I have to be a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. Hints like Betty Wright, huh? I got you. Uh-huh. I'm all that and more. Our sex life is amazing. Lately, he's been asking us to spice up our relationship or spice up our relations. Like I said, I'm game, but he's asking me to do things that, to be honest, makes me question his manhood and leaves me wondering if he's in the closet, if you know what I mean.
What, you want that booty hole play?
Oh, dog. I'm embarrassed to ask my girlfriends because I know they'll look at him differently. But I also don't know how to approach this without pissing him off. I need some help, fellas. What can I do? Betty. Ugh.
That sounds like that Diddy shit.
Don't know. I jump in, man. So Betty, first off, thank you for listening and thank you for your write-in. I want that normally we attach some comedic value to our responses, but I don't know how to even comedically respond to this because, I mean, if he's asking you to do something that makes you question his manhood, or if he's in the closet, then now that's making you feel uncomfortable trying to figure out if he wants a man or if he wants a woman. So
you want that pussy.
Yeah.
You want that coochie or that pussy.
Yeah, my thing, any type of booty play.
Boy, look here.
Yeah, any type of booty play is
But I don't like, boy, God made me a poker, not a pokey. I am not, don't stick your tongue, your fingers, like none of that. They talking about, a man climbing. I done bust great orgasms with the regular way. Boy, look here. In the closet. Look here. He wants you to play with that booty?
He out the closet.
That boy, hey, what can I say that can be politically correct? That boy playing both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
Or he like, hey, he like with something that you can't give him. I guess I don't know, but boy, look here.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Boy, look here.
If you feeling that way about it, I mean, without pissing him off, I mean, the only thing you can do is
he gonna get mad because you don't molest him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, hey.
I gotta drink to that too.
Boy, we gonna say something gonna get us canceled. That's that.
As we say in all of them, baby, communication is the key.
Right. Yeah. Hey, let him know what time it is, and like tell him, hey, like, find out what kind of man he is, what he like, what he don't like. But our advice is, you talking about, is he in the
yeah, definitely,
or something going on, and it might not be your cup of tea, and what his cup of tea is might not be your cup of tea, but it's some fishy, and it's something fairy, and it's something scary,
some dookie. That's what it is. Some dookie involved.
That dookie and that bussy.
Oh man! So I mean, that's the best response we give you.
Hey, talk it out, not walk it out. Talk it out.
Yeah, but that talking it out might end up in you walking it out. So
indeed, bro.
So I mean, there it is. But
boy,
that's the best. You getting applause for that?
You said a mouthful. You talking about that talking out might be that walking out. Communication is key. Maybe he's just a super freak. Yeah. The one you don't take home to mother. Hey, I don't know, but good luck to you, boy. That's rough, boy.
Good luck to you, Betty.
Lord have mercy.
Anyway, let us know how that comes out. And oftentimes people actually hit us up and let us know how they come out. But we
need to do an episode where we just do that, where we do like read just like
all the ones who wrote back and said something. All right, we'll bring that to y'all one day. But anyway, Betty, thanks again for listening. Hope this works out for you, man. All right, so what you got for the people this week?
Hey, as always, be sure to check us out, like and subscribe. Hit us up on Facebook at Your Handwrite Podcast, Instagram Your Handwrite, Gmail Your Handwrite Podcast. Thank you so much every week for taking out time to listen to us and watch us, and take time out your busy schedules. Just want to leave y'all with a little tidbit for the week. Starve your distractions, feed your focus. Understand this. You will face your greatest opposition when you are faced upon your greatest miracle. Stay grinding, stay shining, stay blessed. We're going to get up.
Indeed. And in the words of my man, Stevie Wonder, hate knows love's the cure. So y'all stop hating and get the loving out there. We out.
Well, holla.
Heat, man.
What's up, bro?
Peace out.